against what the naysayers might add to this conversation, Jake Paul is allowed to find love. He just announced his engagement to actually someone I had never heard of, but you had heard of her. Her name is Jutta Leerdam, and she is a speed skating world champion.
She won the silver last year, and I knew that this person existed because there was like a very iconic clip that was going around Instagram like 3 or 4 years ago where she had the cap on that you wear when you're speed skating because you have to wear the cap because it's aerodynamic, I assume, to keep the hair out of your face, and the glasses, and she takes it off and her hair like falls out of the cap,
like the Not
like,
Another Teen movie.
Yeah,
takes out
and
the
they were
ponytail.
making like hype reel thirst traps of just the hair escaping the cap. So I knew the name, and then I was like, I wonder how these two even, like, you know that this did not happen naturally. He very likely slid in. He skated into the DMs, most likely.
They say
he speed skated into the DMs.
Jake Paul and Jutta Leerdam have been together for 2 years, first connecting on Instagram. He slid into the DMs in 2023. After both had ended previous relationships, Jake Paul had recently split from on-again, off-again Julia Rose, while Jutta Leerdam had broken up with fellow Dutch speed skater Koen Veerwege, I don't know how to say that, in August 2022. And they quickly became inseparable, moving in together in Puerto Rico while frequently traveling to Europe and the US. Their relationship blossomed on social media, where they shared their adventures and growing bond. Now, he has posted their engagement photos and captioned it, "Engaged to my baby best friend." I almost thought that meant they were childhood friends, but they actually did not meet until 2023.
Like, does he have a secret past as like some type of Olympic speed skater that I don't know about? If so, that's impressive.
And then he said, "No better feeling than finding a person who jumps 2 feet in the air with heels on when you ask them to spend their life with you. I won."
If you jump with regular with flat tops on, not impressive.
It is impressive, but she's got, the athletic.
Yeah.
She's nimble.
Yep.
So, and in this photo, the first thing I noticed about their engagement photos is the fact that Jake Paul planned an engagement which looks nearly identical in every way to Logan Paul's engagement.
There's a 20 there from Value in You.
Mary, you just nailed it. Society has no problem with showing the controversial or gross thing, and then YouTube censors a sane discussion about it. So strange. That's why it's infuriating, and I hope that we can overcome this eventually, but until then we'll have to censor ourselves. But you can see in the comparison between these two photos, not only is this on a mountainous scenic backdrop, but you also see the railing in the background with flowers over it, and then they're kneeling down. Jake is wearing white, Logan is wearing black in his photo, but Nina Agdal in Logan Paul's photo is wearing an almost identical outfit to what Jutta Leerdam is wearing in Jake Paul's photo.
Yep.
This slinky white skirt with a crop top that's just under the underboob. It's very similar. I don't know why they decided to go with something so strikingly similar to Jake's brother's post.
Well, maybe it's because
when he's already accused all the time of copying him.
The joke is always like women will not wear the same thing as like other women, but bros will go out in the same thing and nobody notices. It was actually one of the jokes in like episodes of shows that would satirize like Jersey Shore, how those were the only guys who would get mad when another guy was wearing the same Affliction shirt as him. But normal dudes don't get jealous of that type of thing. But this is a little bit over the top. He's like, "Can you wear the same thing that Nina did?"
Yeah, like how did they plan all of this? Is it sort of like the Mr. Beast engagement?
I would be willing to bet
you can see in the video Mr. Beast posted. It looks really coordinated and choreographed.
He did it for content. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually proposed somewhere else privately, and this was done just for the camera because their whole lives are about being in front of the camera.
She's doing the thing. She's doing this thing.
That's
with her. She's putting her hand over her mouth.
If anybody's wondering, Olivia did not put her hand over her mouth. She looked so shocked, and I grabbed her hand so she wouldn't. I think I stopped her from doing it.
I'm not trying to stop anyone from doing it. I'm just saying I am not going to do it. Look, if she wants to put her hand over her mouth in surprise and awe,
and she didn't say yes a million times yes either.
That's her prerogative. Okay. And even if she did, then you would still like it anyway.
Exactly.
Most of the responses to Jake Paul's engagement announcement were negative, though, because he's not the most well-liked person on social media. I mean, maybe Logan is less popular. Not in terms of numbers, maybe, but he's less well-liked than Jake because of the... I won't even say... The sewer slide forest. Video. Again, I have to use stupid words to get around censorship, but... the sewer slide forest video that Logan posted back in 2017 will live in infamy, and I think Jake Paul is always going to be a more well-liked Paul brother because of it. But one of the responses said,
he gets paid to beat up old people. That's
Logan?
No, Jake does. Jake gets paid to beat up old people, so...
What do you mean?
His boxing. He's always boxing some person who's like past their prime. And
that's for the joy of it, actually. He doesn't get paid. Imagine having to spend the rest of your life with Jake Paul. I mean, certainly couldn't be me, but, to each her own. I'm sure that she sees something in him.
Like, depending on who you are, you're kind of expected to have a take. If you're like a social media person and you're kind of always expected to have a take all the time, that's one thing. But if you're just kind of hating for the sake of hating in this case, it kind of comes off as sour grapes.
It comes off as very bitter, yeah. And Dylan Danis jumped into the negativity as well, in case you don't recall. Back when Logan Paul was still engaged to Nina Agdal, his now wife, Dylan Danis decided to create an entire social media hate campaign against Nina Agdal because she had blasted so much of her promiscuous behavior online for years prior to her relationship with Logan, and Dylan used that against Logan to humiliate him.
Yeah.
Not saying I take either side, really, but Dylan Danis just looks, as you said, sour grapes right now. He posted a picture of Jada Leardom kissing another man, I guess her ex that she was dating before Jake. Like, are we just going to say that if a girl has an ex, she's unmarriageable?
That's what they're saying.
Like, is that how far things have fallen at this point? Isn't Dylan Danis also like a father? Like, did the mother of your children
was trolling
have
Nina
an ex?
Agdal in the hospital, in the hospital room when he was having
literally like he's too busy while his wife is giving birth to put his phone down.
Yep.
Because he's too busy trying to troll Logan Paul on the internet. It's just embarrassing. And I'm sure that Dylan Danis, like the mother of his child, dated other men before him.
Nope, this is the first one.
Like, this is getting a little ridiculous.
She just realized one day she liked men and decided she wanted to be with Dylan Danis, of all people.
And maybe this is just proof more so that you shouldn't publicize your relationship as much as she publicized
both of them are influencers, therefore
influencers.
it's required.
Yeah, basically. Another naysayer, Isabella Moody, said getting on your knees for a woman is gay. This is one tradition that needs to be broken. It begins the marriage with the man being emasculated. I just don't even know how to justify that with a response.
It's almost not worth a response. Like, it's so insane. Like, this is your brain on red pill.
Someone's mad that they weren't proposed to, I think. Yeah. She's married, but I don't think that her current husband, proposed to her, given this is her take.
So did she propose to him? Is she one of those?
Yeah,
ones?
maybe she knelt down and asked for his hand in marriage, because that totally makes sense.
You know what he probably did? So I was reading the article about the origins of getting down on one knee to propose, about how it's from medieval knights. And it was like in this article it gave like a bunch of like alternatives. Their logic, their logic being some people have physical handicaps that don't allow them to get down on one knee.
Okay.
So in inclusive days, they're like, well, you can always hide the ring somewhere for them to find. I'm like, that's just giving somebody eats it in a freaking cupcake and then they swallow
get their stomach pumped.
Yeah, it's not
hide it in the McGriddle.
Gentlemen, that is the question. Is it gay to get down on one knee and propose to the woman of your dreams?
Fellas, is it gay to propose to your GF?
This
this is really like where we're at in terms of like battle of the sexes discourse.
Yeah.
It's gay to propose to your girlfriend now.
That's what they're saying.
Again, I can't justify it with a response. Everyone knows this is ridiculous.
I love this,
just
though.
Common sense.
This made me laugh, though, because if you look at when I was looking at this article, it's literally it's a man proposing to another man. So maybe it is.
Well, okay, yeah, amazing.
I don't know. I would be more likely to believe that it's somebody that needs to have a nuclear take online.
What? Okay, someone responded to this post saying, I walked in the door and tossed a cheap ring at my wife and told her we were getting married. We're still together. She has the same $40 ring. I really hope that's a troll post. It's like they're proud of being like bitter snot
okay
rags.
the adult version of that one with a happy ending is like, I proposed with a $40 ring because it's all we could afford. Now years on, I got her a new ring, but she still loves the $40 ring the most because it's all I could afford when we fell in love, blah, 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 blah. That's the rational version of this, not the chronically online whatever the hell this is bullshit.
There's so much like try hard machismo energy and no one is finding it convincing.
By the way, like if you take the time to leave that as a comment somewhere, you're automatically not as masculine as as your post suggests. Because you took the time to actually make the post, which is worse.
Yeah.
So, sorry, gentlemen. If you're going to propose, you're going to have to do it in some way that actually shows that you understand any sense of tradition whatsoever.
Just do it the right way or don't get married, okay? Just do it the right way. Hold to tradition.
I was going to ask, is this if a guy's like, sorry, I can't. Have you ever seen the ones where they take their shoes off so the shoes don't get dirty?
What?
Yeah. So he's like, so guy's like, sorry, these are expensive pants. I can't get down on one knee because I don't want my knee to touch the ground.
Oh my
is this a deal breaker, Mary?
That's so effeminate. I can't even believe that's real. Yeah. I can't soil my expensive pants.
The shoes are the ones that you would actually see, like pictures of a guy takes off the Nikes before he proposes.
I can't. If you're that much of a pansy, don't bother.
I wonder if that guy also has an issue of like asking her father, or is he like, I didn't ask her father for her hand in marriage. I told him I was marrying her.
He probably also has an issue with asking for extra napkins at the drive-through window.
Okay.
He has a lot of issues.
Okay.
Whoever that is.
I would be interested, guys. Let us know down below. Did Jake Paul do it wrong here? Should he have just stood up?
He's done a lot of things wrong. This is, I have to say, not
maybe
one
what they're
of them.
saying is like he comes out with like a plate in a thing and he like takes it off like he's a waiter.
Like he's about to show her like a
chicken.
steamed lobster.
Yeah, he's like with crystal cutlery.
Maybe if he were Gordon Ramsay, that would make sense.
He could do that. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.